Welcome in to take 2 of our first edition of the Slobberknocker Sports Pick'em Show. I actually created a logo last night for this show.
Oh, God.
So we have a new logo.
It's
we have
obviously Big Dog's face.
Yeah. We have a new show. No, and it's definitely not that logo that he tried to show us last week with the goth people beating each other up. If he sends me the picture, I'll put it up. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
His logo?
They should see that.
We're not putting that on there. He's looking at
Look
himself.
like $1 million. Please.
Yeah. It's the Ozempic.
So
no, can you be quiet? This is not your show. You don't control anything in this room. Okay? All right.
In the studio, I control everything.
Welcome to the Pick'em Show, where we are going to be going over NFL and college football for this week. We're going to be giving our picks. We got some fun segments for you guys, so we will get into the show right now, and we're going to start with previewing some of the biggest games.
And before we get started, I just want to thank Big Dog for this lovely studio and being so gracious with his time, because, I mean, 20 minutes of his time is worth several thousands of dollars. It's like sitting down with Warren Buffett.
All right, let's start. Let's preview. Wait, we got a phenomenal Thursday night game after a great week of football. Bills and the Dolphins. Wow, what a great game! This is a rematch of last year's divisional championship game here.
Yep.
I like. Did we like what we saw from Josh Allen this week? I did. I think the Bills are actually going to be better than I thought. I was very impressed.
I'll start the show because I'm the most entertaining fucking thing in this whole fucking TV show.
Maybe in Texas.
Maybe I'm the most entertaining ever. I get that from everybody. Real quick, that's my response, my market analysis. Let's say it this way. Josh Allen, I wanted to say that's part of my take. Josh Allen playing like he played on Sunday they're not going to the playoffs like that. If that's what they think they can do, no, seriously. Meaning he runs the whole boat. That ain't happening.
Did you watch the game where he was the best player on the field?
He was absolutely phenomenal. The MVP for that one night, and it doesn't matter. They're not going anywhere. That's one of my takes. But anyway, I picked the Miami Dolphins defense to beat him, and I can't stand Tua. 3-finger crook.
I'm going to go. It's in Miami. It's such a coin toss game. I'm going to take the Dolphins in a close one.
The Dolphins look so bad.
No, they look bad. They look bad. They ended up winning the game in just a short week, and not a lot of time for the Bills to prepare for them. I'm sure McDaniel's got a couple little tricks up his sleeve. I don't know. Dolphins in a close game. I think the Bills, with the way Josh Allen played, like Big Dog said, he did do it all, but I think he is going to have to continue that if they're going to have any shot at the winning the division or the postseason. So.
Well, I will say I agree with you. You sent me the clip of Kyler Murray missing wide open Marvin Harrison that would have won the game. He was literally wide open in the end zone, missed him.
Yeah,
I agree with you. This is like one of my favorite bets of the week looking at it here. I think the Dolphins just came out really flat, and I don't think the Bills' defense is nearly as good this year. I think the Dolphins are going to beat them by 10, maybe 2 touchdowns. Give me Miami in this one for sure. All right. Of course, we're going to move on to the Dallas Cowboys on Sunday.
And How about them Cowboys?
They were 2-point dogs. Did you pick the Browns last week?
No, pick the Cowboys.
Did he pick the Cowboys? Turner.
I don't bet against the Cowboys.
I honestly can't remember.
We're gonna have to review the tape. We're gonna have to review the tape.
I actually think he did pick the Cowboys because I laughed because he's talking about how horrible they're gonna be, and then he picked them week 1, and they looked as good as they've looked in a long time.
It says that y'all need to watch. You need to start learning how to watch fucking film. Dallas Cowboys.
He acts like he watches fucking film.
DallasCowboys.com breaks down film with Brian Broaddus all the time.
So what did they say? They thought the Cowboys were good. No, Dak wasn't good, but the defense was unbelievable.
You're talking about a quarterback.
I didn't say Dak.
We're talking about the team.
Well, you look at the quarterback is the team. Yeah, when it comes time to get to the playoffs, yes. Okay. Anyway, let's do the pick. I'm going to pick.
I am the show.
Well, let's just say it this way. I do call this an upset game. Derek plays well against us, and the Saints are going to go into Dallas and win that game.
Does he ever say anything positive? Like, has he ever said the Cowboys are going to win by 2 touchdowns? Has that ever happened?
No, because he's a realist.
Is that a realist?
It's a Dallas Cowboys.
We won by 2. We won 31-17 just now.
What's your pick?
I'm taking the Cowboys, of course. They're 6.5-point favorites in this game. Dak did not have a good first game. I'll give you that. He was not good. He wasn't bad. He was good on the first drive, got us the lead.
That's it.
But the defense was good enough. Look, the Saints played the Panthers last week, and everybody's talking about Derek Carr and how good he played. I was impressed with Alvin Kamara. He looked like old Alvin Kamara. He had a nice hop to his step. But give me the Cowboys in this one. I don't think it's particularly close. Dallas by 10. They cover the spread.
Cowboys by field goal. I'll go right in the middle of everybody. Cowboys by field goal.
Right, next pick.
All right.
Keep the show rolling.
Buccaneers at the Lions, 2 1-0 teams. And the Lions, by the way, last night, my dad was talking, Big Dog was talking, like Jared Goff led them down the field on the final drive. And when they ran the ball 7 out of 8 times and threw a screen pass.
Just incredible field general.
But he has more fourth quarter wins in the last 2 seasons than anybody else, so shut up.
That's
number 2.
Not a real stat.
Number 2, he did wear tights. Now, I've noticed that
What?
This is something off the subject. They're wearing one piece. He's wearing a one-piece uniform yesterday. It's all one.
That's how you used to do it back in rock and roll.
Grab his jersey. So, yeah, we used to wear those. and
Wait.
There's a reason for that.
Wait, they can't grab his jersey? That's why?
Yeah, it's a one piece. They can't grab him and take him down. It's actually kind of smart.
He was talking about this last night for like 30 minutes. Like, we're watching the football game, and he's like, look at Jared Goff. He's wearing a one-piece. I'm like, what are you talking about?
You can't do that.
You're telling me the guy's wearing a jumper, basically, or something? Huh.
Really quick, let's get to the game. Jared Goff versus, and I love to see Baker celebrate. Baker celebrating.
Gotta love it.
I love it. But let's be real here. The party's over for Baker. The Lions are going to smack the shit out of him. That's my pick. I'm trying to keep the show with fluidity. Consistency.
You're an amazing showman. Lions by a field goal.
Did
Close
you pick
game.
the game?
Yeah, I said
Lions kill them. Lions by a field goal.
Lions by 7. But the Bucks, I was really happy for Baker this week. Okay, 2 winning teams to 2 losing teams. Both teams 0-1. Colts at the Packers. Your boy Jordan Love, horrific. He was the 5th worst QBR in week 1 after getting paid $200+ million. He's a bum, and then he got hurt, and he cried whining off the field, and they carried him off the field into the locker room, and now he's out for 4 weeks. No, 100% I'm taking the Colts to win this game. The Colts win the game outright. They're 3.5-point favorites. The Colts win this game. Jordan Love's not playing anyway.
Who's the backup for Green Bay?
Malik
Willis.
Okay, yeah, Colts by 10.
Yeah, the Colts are going to win, but this is dumb to not go get a backup quarterback. Come on, you got to think about that. That's ridiculous. Number 2, I don't think Jordan's going to be out as long as they say. I think they're just saying that. They're playing a little game there.
It's not like it matters. He's terrible anyway.
However, let me just say for the record, I'm going with the Colts. But I wanted to say one thing just to not get him going with the 3-year-old is that he couldn't pick a quarterback if it fucking hit him in the head. So, by the way, I picked Jordan Love. Coming out of college, he sat for 3 years, and I still said he's tall. He can throw the ball because I saw him in preseason. What's my genius is what preseason?
3 passes.
3 passes.
That's all he needs to see.
Jets at the Titans.
Will Levis stinks. Titans stinks. Should have beaten the Bears. Didn't. Jets by 10.
Jets by 37. I hate the Titans. I will never pick the Titans again. They're disgusting for losing that game to Caleb Williams, who was the worst quarterback week 1 of any quarterback.
It's a good game, actually. I'll pick the Jets.
Great pick. Do we know how? Oh, yeah, because we didn't release the show. I was going to say how our NFL picks went.
I'm going to grade them from last week. I'll go back and look. I know he got
Big
last
Dog
place.
was undefeated.
He got last place.
Undefeated. Let's go.
49ers at the Vikings. 49ers by 5.5.
You know what? Niners coming off a big game tonight. We don't know what happens because this is Monday, so we don't know what happens. Yeah, sure. I'm going to say the Niners win a close one tonight. They lose to the Vikings by a field goal in Minnesota. Minnesota beats them.
Wow.
No one's touching that team, the 49ers.
The only reason I'm not picking the Vikings is because they beat the 49ers last year in this game, didn't they? Yeah, so I'm going to take the 49ers to win. Okay, Seahawks at the Patriots. They're both 1-0.
Patriots are going.
Good game.
Patriots are going 2-0. Patriots by a field goal.
Yeah, with Geno on the road. Geno on the road, yeah, Patriots.
Seahawks by 3. Seahawks by a field goal. Giants at the Commanders.
This is a stinker.
But it's the coach's job at this point.
Who? Dayball? No, they're not firing Dayball if he loses.
I don't know. What I'm saying is they're going to be thinking about it. Now, the Morrows won't fire him, but it's going to be in their minds. Anyway, I'm going to pick the Commanders, yeah.
Ugly game. Commanders win.
Man, everybody's picking again. This seems like a game the Giants win, honestly. But, yeah, give me the, you know what? Why not? Give me the Giants. I'll take the Giants to win this game. Everybody's going to pick the Commanders in this game. Giants win it.
I mean, they both suck.
They both suck. Chargers at the Panthers. Somehow the Chargers are only favored by 6. I know it's in Carolina, but after that Week 1 performance by Carolina.
Everyone's going to pick the same team. Let's move on. Chargers.
Well, we did this last week, didn't we? And we all were wrong. We all said Bengals, and we were wrong, weren't we?
Yeah, you never know.
You look at the quarterback play it's just that whole.
The Chargers are pretty. The defense looked good. The offense was unimpressive. But yeah, Chargers by 10.
Yeah, Chargers will win it easily. Browns at the Jaguars. Losers 0-2.
I'm gonna dude. The Browns just looked. Deshaun Watson looked like he was sleepwalking out there. I'm gonna take the Jaguars in a close game at home.
I'll take the Jags.
Oh, man, I wanted to take the Jags, but if you're both on them, all right, give me the Jaguars. It's gonna be a tight game. The Browns are not gonna be that bad.
I think so too.
The Browns will not be as bad as they were last week. Raiders at the Ravens. Raiders lost a tough game. Ravens 0-1. 10-point spread.
You can say it.
Ravens by, I think they're going to beat the hell out of them. I think Ravens win by 17 coming off that tough loss.
It's going to be bad.
All right, I'll take the Ravens as well. All right, afternoon games. Rams at the Cardinals, both 0-1. It's a pick 'em.
It's so weird how they show the Cardinals this much respect. I mean, they
crazy.
started out good against the Bills, and they got steamrolled the rest of the game. The Rams played Detroit to a draw, essentially. The Rams are going to beat the Cardinals.
The only reason I think the line is like this is Puka Nakua's questionable, and the offensive line had some injuries.
Yeah.
I still think the Rams win.
I'm going with Arizona.
I say take your boy Kyler. He can have him.
Yeah, I think
He was horrible. Steelers at the Broncos. Steelers did not score an offensive touchdown last week. The Broncos had 1.
That's one of my takes, too, because I can say in this pick'em show, Sean McVay's probably going to be done after this season. Go ahead. What now?
You said that last year and the year before, too.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. I'll take the Broncos to upset the Steelers at home. Bo Nix has a much better game.
It's going to be a field goal fest. You might not see the Steelers score another offensive touchdown, but they win a close game against the Broncos.
Okay.
This is just, it's got the Mike Tomlin ugly game win written all over it. It's like, let's say, like scoregami, like 16 to 13. No, 19 to 15 final.
19 to 15. I like it.
19-15.
I think Russell's going to go in there and try to do something.
We don't even know if he's starting.
I think he'll start, and I think that he's going to goof up in this game. He's going to be hero ball. I'm going to pick the.
That used to be your boy, Russell.
I like Russell. I'm just saying he's being an idiot now with that whole wife and the organization he thinks he's in.
Bengals at the Chiefs. Could be a good game if the Bengals actually show up. Chiefs are a 6-point favorite. I'm taking Kansas City, but I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think the Chiefs are going to. The Bengals will play better.
I predicted the dumpster fire with the Bengals in our coaching carousel. I said Zach Taylor, I think, would be the first one gone somehow, which is going to be hard because there's a lot of people that are going to get fired pretty quick, I think. But I think the Chiefs blow them out of the water. I think it's going to be real ugly again. The Bengals just. I don't know what it is. They just can't start starting the season. They're bad.
Horrible.
And I mean, obviously the Bengals always play them tough, but the Bengals look so bad that it's just I'm going Chiefs by 14.
All right. Sunday Night Football, Bears at the Texans.
Texans by 17, and Caleb Williams throws 2 interceptions.
You're wrong about Caleb. So Caleb will do good. I think it's going to be a really tight game. The Bears' defense is really good. I'm going to go with the Bears.
I'm glad you picked them because it's going to be an embarrassment. They're going to win by 17.
Well, I have balls.
The Texans are going to win by 17. All right. And
same number.
Caleb Williams, did you say 17?
Yeah.
Bears are going to – Caleb Williams might get benched in this game. He's that bad.
Oh, that ain't going to happen.
No, they're down by so much that they just take him out.
Yeah.
Okay. Last one, Monday Night Football, Falcons at the Eagles.
What do you think Jalen, your boy, is going to do?
Jalen had 3 turnovers week 1, by the way.
Eagles take them by a touchdown. Eagles win by a touchdown.
Eagles win by 3. It's closer than people think.
Well, what's the last game?
That's the last game,
Monday
dude.
night.
Okay, then hopefully if we play UTSA, I'm going to back to college. One of my takes is if we play UTSA this week, they should give Archie a little time.
He played the first week. Why would they not?
No, I'm saying they need to give him time. I would give him a quarter, but I think what's going on there is that Sark, who used to hit the smack pretty hard.
What?
Sark, he used to be like a banana boating it. You know.
Oh, he did cocaine?
No, I don't know about that.
That's what you just
allegedly.
said.
But Dylan, you missed.
Said he did the banana boating, which is the ref.
Oh yeah, he said something about the banana boat when you were gone. He said, "I'm gonna do a new segment when I walk in and say I need a 50." It's gonna be like the flight.
You know what he's
thing.
referencing?
Yes,
Flight.
from Flight.
From Flight.
By the way, your son has to lick dog shit if Texas loses. He made a guarantee.
I will lick dog shit if they lose.
But let's just say it this way.
Big Dog will too. That's how confident in UT is. He'll lick Big Dog.
Hold on, real quick. I'll even say this. I won't say a negative thing about my dad the entire year if Texas loses. I will say a positive thing every day, and I will not say one negative thing. And if I do, on this show, I'll give permission for my dad to take $100 out of my bank account every time I do. If Texas loses to UTSA.
Okay.
And I'm going to lick dog shit.
I'm picking UTSA.
Only natural.
Okay. Let's go. Let's just look at some of the big games. And we were just talking about one, Texas State taking on Arizona State. Thoughts on the game? Texas State wins this game. They legitimately should be favored in the rest of their games this year.
Yeah, I haven't seen them, and they are a slight favorite in this one, right?
They're a slight dog, 2.5 point dog.
Slight dog. Man, it's funny because the UTSA game is such a big game for them. They just rolled them. I don't know how they're going to be coming off that, but hopefully they play that well. If they play that well, I think they win the game. I'm hoping they can come up with a W. Arizona State is better than people thought for sure coming into the year, right?
No doubt.
So
no doubt. Are you going to pick Texas State?
Yeah, I'm going to take Texas State.
I'll take Texas State.
I do think they're going to win the game.
I agree. I'm going to take Texas State as well. The college game day. This is how bad the slate is.
Where is college game day?
Going to South Carolina, LSU at South Carolina.
Yeah, that is a bad slate. That's there. It's South Carolina. It's so weird, but should have lost to Old Dominion. Then you said they were 2 touchdown underdogs or something
along those
10
lines.
points. Kentucky and beat the hell out of them. Well, neither one of us are sold on South Carolina. I'm gonna pick them straight up in the game. I think they're gonna win it. And then if you were, I don't, but if you were betting at home, maybe just to be safer, take the 7 points or something with South Carolina. Who knows? But I just think that they're gonna keep it close.
Turner's dog of the week, South Carolina. When's the last time college game day came to South Carolina? It's been a minute. They were lucky that they won their first 2 games and that LSU is coming to town and that the slate of games is terrible that they got college game day there somehow. So I'll take. I can't tell if I want to go with you here or take. I'll take LSU. I think you're right. I know you're picking South Carolina, but you're saying take the point if you're betting.
Yeah,
I know what you're saying.
I think it's a coin toss game.
I'm going to take LSU to win, but I'm going to be rooting for South Carolina for sure. I think it's going to be. I think they'll cover the spread, and I think it's South Carolina does, and I think it's a close game. The only other really kind of big game in terms of these previews, and we will kind of make our picks for the rest of some of the other games, but. I guess we can just finish that right now. Bama at Wisconsin is the Fox Noon kickoff game, I believe.
Okay.
Bama is a 16-point favorite. We talked about them on the regular podcast, how they struggled with South Florida this week despite the final score. Wisconsin is 2-0, but they're unranked. Who do you like in this one?
I'm looking at Wisconsin's results here. Struggled with Western Michigan, then didn't beat South Dakota by 14.
You know the quarterback?
For Wisconsin?
Yeah.
It's, what's his name? Isn't it from Miami?
Tyler Van Dyke.
Yeah. Bama's going to win the game. I don't know by how many as far as the total goes. They weren't impressive against USF, but I think South Florida's better than Wisconsin probably this year, so or damn well near. Alabama wins the game. I'll say by 2 touchdowns.
Okay. I think you're right. I think Bama could cover this number. I know they're coming off a bad performance. Like maybe they have a little bit of a bounce back here. The only thing is Wisconsin isn't the easiest place to play. Weird things happen up in Madison. I'll take Bama by 10. I think there's a chance they blow them out of the water, but I'll take them by 10. We both picked Texas over UTSA.
Yeah, Memphis, Florida State. I mean, that's at 11-2. I didn't realize that. But they're both unranked. I mean, because Florida State's so bad. I think, dude, it's going to be full-blown
this could be real ugly if they lose.
Wheels off the wagon.
Really?
I think they do lose. I really do think Memphis. I mean, look, Florida State can't do shit on offense.
No, they
if
can't.
Memphis can do anything at score points. Maybe Florida State can just run it behind them, run it on them. I don't know. But the fact that Memphis is getting a full touchdown in that game is bizarre to me with how bad Florida State's.
I agree with you.
I mean, they've looked horrible. And Memphis is supposed to be a pretty good non-power 4 this year.
Yep. I wonder what the line was on this in like game of the year, like before the season when they make every line. It had to have been 20. Like this has to be a 14-point adjustment here. I mean, this is crazy. And you're right. It still feels like a lot here. You know what? I like Mike Norvell.
Yeah.
And I think this is his old team. And I think if they lose this game, this season it's more than a disaster because they're going to start losing recruits.
Memphis is going to be so up for it too. It's his old team, and it's just like they.
I agree.
I think they really think they're going to go into Doak Campbell Stadium, and they think they're going to win the game. So I mean, I think it's going to be tight regardless, but I think Memphis wins it.
And if you look at Memphis' schedule the rest of the way, like they're a team who could legitimately get in the playoff as a Group of 5 team. This is by far their toughest game left. They go to South Florida. Their road games are at this one at Florida State, at Navy, at South Florida, at UTSA, and at Tulane. This is probably their toughest game left, right? Like they win this game, they have a shot to go 12-0, 11-1, and get in the CFP playoff.
Yep.
So this is a huge game for them.
Yep.
I think Florida State rights the ship this week. I'm not going to say they kill them. I don't think that. I think it'll be very, very tight. But I'm going to say Florida State sneaks out a victory and salvages. Like they'll go 6-6 this year, maybe 7-5. I think Norvell is smart enough to figure out how to use this team because they still have talent regardless.
Yeah, they do.
Real quick, I think there's 2 interesting Friday night games I want to touch on real quick. And I know we can go quicker if you want through these or whatever. But UNLV at Kansas. Kansas is a 7-point favorite. I just thought this was interesting because Kansas is coming off getting upset by Illinois. Yet they're coming back home. UNLV has been really impressive in their first 2 games. I know they played a bad team. They played Utah Tech last week, but they scored 72 points. They beat the heck out of Houston at Houston week 1.
And then Houston was close with Oklahoma, so who knows? Right. Maybe UNLV is just that good.
Right. And so, but Kansas is yet a 7-point favorite coming off a loss to Illinois.
Yeah, I would say that's about like you said, the line before the season. The line before the season was probably like 10.5 on this one, and then UNLV's look better, so they've got it down. I think Kansas wins a close game.
Yeah,
it's just a big game for Kansas, and it is for UNLV too. I mean, they've looked good. So,
actually, I think Kansas covers the spread. I think they're going to play really good. UNLV's a solid team, but I think Kansas bounces back from that loss. The other one, this actually might be the best matchup of the week, really, if we're being honest. Arizona at Kansas State. It's a Big 12 game, weirdly enough. And Kansas State comes in off of a win, a very close, lucky win over Tulane on the road. Arizona struggled with Northern Arizona last week. They also gave up 40 points in New Mexico a couple weeks ago. Who do you like?
I think Kansas State wins it by 2 touchdowns. I think they handle them pretty easy.
I agree. I think they're going to kill them here.
Especially coming off not playing well. I think it was kind of a look-ahead game. I don't think they were giving Tulane enough respect last week. Still not a bad team.
I agree. Only other ranked matchup starts at 10:45 Central Standard Time, and it is Boston College, who is now somehow ranked 24th, traveling to Missouri, the number 6 team in the country. Missouri's a 16.5-point favorite.
Man, Missouri's got a lot of firepower. I think they're going to I know O'Brien can call a decent game and try to shorten the game as much as he can. I'm going to say Missouri by right at 17. I think they win the game by 17. Something like that. Yeah, something like that.
I think you're right. I think Missouri wins. I think they probably cover at home. I don't know. This is a good... In terms of us learning about these teams.
Yeah, it is so early.
Yeah,
right? I mean,
if Boston College plays them close here, and vindicates the win over Florida State, then I'm like, well, BC's not only a bowl team this year, they're competing in the ACC all of a sudden.
Yep.
If they get blown out of the water, then it's like, okay, they're probably the old BC who just played good one game and Florida State's super down. So I'll take Missouri by 10, by 13. I wouldn't be surprised if they covered. All right, let's see, looking at the rest of these games. Any other games on this list? If not, I'm going to rapid fire just so we have some of our picks. Oh, A&M at Florida.
I just think Florida's really bad, man, and the Aggies defense gets it done. They'll win that game.
I take A&M as well. And then we have this is so weird because of the way these teams move conferences. always the Egg Bowl is the last week. And Washington State's playing Washington this week. And Washington is a 4.5-point favorite at home.
Yeah, I'm going to take Washington State. They look not that Texas Tech is any good, but they looked okay against them. I think they'll beat Washington.
I think you're right. I think it's going to be a good game, but I'll take Washington State in that one as well. And then you have also Oregon and Oregon. Wait, is that right? Is Oregon playing Oregon State?
Oregon State.
So we have the Civil War this week.
Oregon's going to win, but I just don't think it's going to be that impressive again. I don't think they're that good.
Me either. I'll take Oregon as well. I think it's going to be not a blowout, but okay, two more. Here, I'll just rapid fire down and we'll pick these.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll rapid fire down.
Especially with how early it is. I mean, it's just...
Right. We'll go... Sorry, let me get here. Okay, we'll go with North Texas at Texas Tech.
I was just looking at it. I'm taking North Texas.
I am too. I'm taking North Texas, too.
They beat Stephen F. Austin. Now, Stephen F. Austin was playing like a D2 school, but they won like 90-0, and then they handled South Alabama fairly easily. So yeah, I'm gonna say North Texas, especially with I think it said Texas Tech was favored by 9.5.
9.5.
It's crazy to me. I'd take the points for sure on that if you're actually betting on it, but I'm going to take North Texas for our pick 'em.
This is my dog of the week for sure.
Yeah,
North Texas winning outright.
It's a good one.
I think they're going to win the game. Mm-hmm. I also would say, and I'm going to give my kind of early week best bets here in a second.
Yeah.
But looking at this, Texas Tech last week against that defense, against Washington State's defense, could not move the ball. I do, and I had the over in that game, and there were 4 drives that got inside the 2-yard line that resulted in 0 points. So I think the over is going to be, if you look Tech that first game, it was like 46.
Oh,
it was like 52-51 or something.
Yeah.
And there was 90 points in regulation.
And that's where Eric Morris is the head coach now, right? He's Eric. Yeah. So they're going to go as fast as they can too. So.
Yeah. North Texas gave up 38 to South Alabama week 1. There was 90 points in that game. So I think there's going to be a ton of points in that game. I like the over there. Okay. Down the line, we already picked Oregon State. Tulane traveling to Oklahoma.
I'm gonna pick Oklahoma, but I think Tulane keeps it close.
Me too. I'll say the exact same thing. Give me OU in a tighter game. Notre Dame bouncing back against Purdue, 11.5-point favorite.
I think they're gonna win. I think it's gonna be ugly. I don't think it's gonna be nice again. But I think they win the game.
I agree. I'll take Notre Dame by 10. We already picked Washington State. West Virginia at Pittsburgh.
Oh, man. West Virginia. I'll take West Virginia, I guess. I don't know.
Me too. Pittsburgh should have lost last week. They were down by like 3 scores to Cincinnati and came back and won on like a last-second field goal. So I agree. Yeah. I'll take them there. We've got Utah at Utah State. I mean, this is
Utah.
Utah for me as well. We've got Ole Miss at Wake Forest. I think we're both taking Ole Miss.
Yep.
And the Running Rebels.
No doubt about that one.
And then Georgia at Kentucky. Kentucky this would have been actually an interesting matchup had they not looked so bad last week.
Yep. Georgia.
Both of us taking Georgia. And then we've got, let's see. Colorado State at home against Colorado.
You know what? This was a game that I thought that Colorado State could win. You know, we thought they were returning guys, this and that and the other. I mean, they got shellacked by Texas, who's a great team. But they played Northern Colorado and gave up 17 points to them last week and won 38-17. And, you know, UIW did basically the same thing. Again, I don't know. I think Colorado wins this game just for the lack that I think Colorado State sucks.
I agree.
If they showed me a little bit something more, I'd pick Colorado State.
I agree.
Game.
It is interesting. This is a night game, and last year they went to double overtime. It's at Colorado State, but
now listen. I mean, this could be
their Super Bowl.
Yeah, and listen, they found out the hard way that how good Texas was like right away, and just get rolled over in that game.
Yeah,
and then Northern Colorado last week, they probably showed nothing, and we're just like, this is their Super Bowl, especially with like the words exchange and then the losing in double overtime. So. I hope they win. I'm going to take Colorado in a close game.
Me too. Okay, 2 more. UCF at TCU. It's basically TCU's by 2. It's basically
I think UCF's going to win the game. I saw them bits and pieces of them pretty beat up Sam Houston State, who's a pretty good team. Beat up on them pretty good. I think UCF wins.
Yeah, I'm going to take UCF in this one as well. I agree. I think UCF gets the dub. Last one. and I accidentally clicked off of FBS here. But I have to just do this just for your sake, and that is your Wyoming Cowboys at home, 0-2, taking on BYU.
Yeah. They lost to the Vandals. The Vandals beat them.
The Vandals beat them.
The Vandals are a salty little FCS team. They're gonna be tough this year in that.
They beat them 17-13.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to take BYU in this one.
BYU's.
I hate saying, but the coach. That's what happened. That coach for Wyoming retired last year, right?
He did.
Yeah, that's just it's a cluster now. They got to get whoever's in there. I guess you give them one more year and then you get them out of there because this has been a bad start.
I agree. Now I will say, I really do want to pick the Cowboys here because BYU's coming off a big upset at SMU. 18-15. No one gave them a shot. They were double-digit underdogs.
I mean, if that was the score of that game, this game should be extremely low scoring.
Yeah, and Wyoming is still – it's tough to go up to Laramie.
Oh, yeah.
It's the highest altitude of anyone in college football.
Yep.
I know, and I know he had an FCS team just go there and beat them, but –
yeah, that FCS team played Oregon to basically a touchdown game. So
I'm going to take Wyoming in this game. I think they're going to pull an upset. All right, the last part of this, I'm going to give
give your best bets
and then we'll be done.
People at home.
Okay, so again, these are my early picks. It's a Monday. My bets will change probably, but just from first glance, kind of somebody who does this makes money at it does pretty well. Okay, so my first pick, I'm going to go with Kansas State -7 versus Arizona. We kind of previewed this game a little bit. Kansas State coming off of a not-so-great performance against Tulane on the road, but they were down big, came back, found a way to win it, found some offense in that game. If you look at Arizona struggled with Northern Arizona this week. It was an FCS team. They might even be Division II. I'm not sure. And then the week before that, gave up 40 points to New Mexico, who might be one of the worst FBS teams in the country.
Yeah.
I just think Kansas State's going to score at will here. And Arizona has not showed me enough offensively to say that they can hang with Kansas State.
I like it.
In Kansas State, I'm going to lay the 7, get ahead of that move, take it before it gets to 7.5. That's pick number 1. Pick number 2, I'm going back to the well with A&M -4 at Florida. This is completely against everything in my being to take a road favorite that the public's going to be on here. But
yeah.
Florida's terrible. I can't. Florida's just awful.
And if they lose that game bad, I think that's the end of the road for Billy Napier.
100%.
I think he's gone.
Yeah, if they get smacked there.
I actually think if they lose it all, he's gone probably.
You think so?
Yeah, because he's been rubbing the fan base the wrong way apparently, and everybody hated that presser he gave at the. If they lose to A&M, I think he might just be gone.
Yeah, that's a good point. I said this one already, but North Texas at Texas Tech over 68.5. I think I'd say North Texas plus 9.5 and the over. I think the odds of you losing both of those are very low.
I would agree.
Yeah, I like both of those. And then my last pick, I'm actually going to take Vanderbilt minus the 10 against Georgia State. Vanderbilt's looked pretty good. I've seen Georgia State play. I was on them week 1. They should have covered versus Georgia Tech, but they still barely scored offensively. 10 just isn't that big of a number. I know they're at Georgia State, but I'm going to take Vandy to cover the 10 here. The only other one I was looking at that I thought about was Auburn's playing New Mexico coming off of a loss outright. It's a huge number. It's 28. But I just feel like if anybody's going to try to beat somebody by 1 million here, it might be Hugh Freeze. Then again, they lost last year to New Mexico State at home. So I'm not going to take that one, but that was one I considered as well. Don't forget, if Texas loses this week, I have to lick dog shit. That is an actual thing, and I will do it. And I will be nice to Big Dog and not say a negative thing for an entire year. So that's
a lot on the line.
A lot on the line. Texas better not let me down. My horns.
That would be hysterical.
I honestly might swan dive off the Tower of the Americas and just not have to live to that.
But might have to do it.
Hope you guys enjoyed our first Pick'em show. Definitely went better than last week. I'm definitely going to post this one.
Yeah.
We'll have some more fun segments when we have more time next week. Hopefully, I'll plan this out a little bit better. But thought it went well. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Follow or fade. Either way, good luck on your bets. Good luck on your picks. Enjoy watching college football and NFL this week. Hope you guys enjoyed watching Big Dog come on here and make a fool of himself.
Genius.
And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you guys next time.